If you can see me, I'm not AI. Let's get started. All right. First of all, welcome to the channel. I'll be doing these lists. I am a human behavior scientist, and every list will start with the same thing. I don't know if you guys could tell when I showed myself in my car window. I have on a 30-pound vest, so I will be out of breath. And no AI, guys. No AI. Do have my notes with me though. It's what real people do. Today's video, breaking the cycle. Why you're sabotaging your relationship and how to fix it. You see right there? Walk with me. Your health matters. So I'm going to do these videos while I'm practicing what I preach. You must take care of yourself first. You want to feel good, okay? And it all starts there. Next, to get to the topic, so in the video, the fear of vulnerability. And I call this the silent killer, guys. Okay? We often unconsciously put up walls, erect walls to protect ourselves from potential hurt. Everybody. I don't know everybody, right? Okay, coach. Almost everyone does this, all right? Putting up walls. We've been saying this since, for some of you, middle school, high school, but definitely since high school, since we started having relationships. I want to talk about where this fear came from, okay? Because all fears have what we can call evolutionary roots, all right? Why? Things like survival instincts and past traumas. These are the things that we'll discuss today. But I want to say that if you can't get over, learn to cope, learn to deal with what happened in previous relationships, you are doomed to damage future relationships. And this is what the word sabotage means. Okay? Do not, first of all, say that a past relationship was a mistake. Because in hindsight, it could look like a mistake. But there is something good that you can extract from every past relationship you've had. And I know you might think that that sounds crazy, but hear me out. It was an experience. Something happened. It didn't start bad, because if it started bad and you still got into that relationship, then you might need to look in the mirror at yourself. things typically start off. People present these false versions of themselves, and they get you, they woo you, they wow you, they lie to you, and then they change, right? It's not cool, but such is life. You still can take something positive from bad experiences. And that's just the experience itself. You actually learned something. And this is how we grow. This is how we mature. And ideally, this is how we aim to do better. So, I want you to keep that in mind. Because if you don't learn from your past experiences, you will bring over what society calls baggage, right? You will bring over things from your past relationships and automatically project them onto your current relationship. This is not good. This is not healthy. And it will not help you. At some point, you deserve to be happy, right? At some point, you deserve to be happy. But this might be a good point right now to jump down into the comments, okay? If you're not walking with me, so fewer comments would be great, because go ahead and take advantage. If you're going to look at my videos or listen to my videos, go ahead and get your few minutes. I don't know how long the video will be, but you want to try and make an effort. I'm not pushing anybody to perfection. I'm not walking around with my shirt off. I don't have a six-pack. Who cares? Okay? Six-pack doesn't make you physically healthy, and it doesn't make you mentally healthy. It damn sure doesn't make you mentally healthy. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. If you dwell on past relationships, and think about this, when I say dwell on past relationships, you've already broken up with that person. That person is already your ex, right? They're already your ex. Don't give them any gifts when you have already ended that relationship, when you've already got out of that relationship, when you've already got out of that relationship, okay? When you do that, it manifests things like defensiveness. And because you're expecting the person that you're with to be like the person that you're with now, or if you're dating, if you're out there, just outside in the street, talking to someone, some of you, talking to several people, right? It's going to cost you. You can really feel this hill, if you guys can tell, with this vest on. Okay. It's going to cause you to withhold emotions. Excuse me. What happens when you withhold emotions? You are, whether you realize it or not, deliberately avoiding a deep connection with that new partner. Okay? In psychology, we would say you're doing it excuse me, intentionally. Was this a good idea? Okay. Maybe I need a lighter vest, guys. But you know what? No pain, no gain. And listen, what do people mean anyway, right? When they say, oh, girl, go ahead. Let your wall down. He seems nice. Or a buddy to a buddy. Dude, give her a chance. She seems cool. She seems nice. Don't project what happened in your previous relationships onto her. Okay? She's not the bad guy. The last person was the bad guy. You must choose vulnerability as you move forward in the next relationship. Okay? Vulnerability is not a weakness. Vulnerability is healthy. Are there risks, Coach? Of course, there are risks. But it's not infatuation. It's not lust. She's fine. She's bootylicious. He's cute. He's sexy. He's tall. She's this. He's that. Vulnerability is the foundation of intimacy. Remember that. Vulnerability is the foundation of intimacy. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the should narrative. Okay? And let's go ahead and put should in quotations. Because essentially, that's what it's about. And what do I mean by the should narrative? I'm talking about rigid expectations. In your relationship, are you guilty of expecting too much? Are you guilty of that? Is there a such thing as expecting too much? From the perspective of psychology, is expecting too much a good thing? A bad thing? Doesn't matter. That's what we're going to discuss in the next video. So, let me end with a story. And I won't use any real names, but I was interning while in college, studying psychology, and I was doing relationship therapy, right? And when you do this, at the collegiate level, almost anything is possible. Literally, almost anything is possible. I had a young lady who was abused by her father. Mother found out, put the father out, got a divorce. Eventually, she got into another relationship. She ended up marrying that person as well. My fellow student and pseudo patient, right? Because at that point, I'm not a professional yet, no license. I'm just learning. But her stepfather abused her as well. And in both scenarios, guys, in this story, we're not talking about physical abuse. And not everyone in the psychology field agrees with this, but I think all abuse is emotional abuse. So definitely emotional abuse. But we're talking about SA, okay? And I don't want to say it, but we're talking about SA abuse. Fast forward, she's now a teenager. She's in 10th grade. She gets into her first serious relationship. Because of her past, she's very hesitant to, let's just say, give her all to the relationship. It affects her, but she self-identifies as extremely attractive, right? And she's definitely willing at this point in the 10th grade, 11th grade, to entertain the thought of some intimacy, right? But because when she was younger, things were taken from her, her father, stepfather, right? The male figures, parental figures in her life, she developed a coping mechanism. And that mechanism was, you know what? I'm not going to be a nun. I'm not going to be celibate. I'm not going to be in a shell. I'm not going to have fun. I'm not going to hate boys. I'm not going to hate men. I'm going to deal with my past by being in control. I call the shots. I say when. I say how. I say what. I say who. And to some degree, all women should be like this. All people, even males, should be like this. But it's intent, guys. It's what's going on in your mind behind the scenes, right? And it can cause you to, what's a good way to put it? To be ugly about it, right? You can have an attitude when you do things. Of course, you can say no to people, but you can say yes to people in a way that feels like no. And That's never good. But now she's in college and things are different. She's meeting guys. She's going to parties. She's going out. She's trying to be normal. She's trying to get over what's happened in her past. But when she puts this, how should we call it, attitude forward, right? When she puts this attitude forward, it's a turnoff to guys. So she internalizes it as, well, he wanted too much. He wanted to move too fast. And that's why he got upset. So she wasn't seeing how she was essentially, in essence, sabotaging, there's our word for today, her own relationships, her own potential relationships. Because when we spoke in sessions, in therapy sessions, she also said, even male friends who she had no physical attraction to would tell her, dude, chill, like, you need to calm down. Like, why do you act like that? Like, why do you talk like that? Like, we go to the beach on spring break and you wear a two-piece with a thong, like, guys are gonna act a certain way. And yes, some people are rude. Some people are ignorant. Some people just do too much, especially at the beach, especially on spring break, and especially in this 18 to 24 age bracket. But she couldn't understand that the rest of the world was just acting normal. And she took everything, every single thing that someone did as malevolent, as bad, as suspicious. And it's a classic case of someone causing their own problems, causing her own problems, causing his own problems. Can you fix this? Yeah, you can fix it, okay? But you first have to identify that you're guilty of doing this, that you're guilty of sabotaging your own relationships. You have to be able to recognize that. And if you can't recognize that, you're either destined to be alone. Some people want to be alone, right? Or you're destined to just continue to repeat this cycle of misery, of loneliness, of hurt, of pain, of misunderstanding, and being misunderstood. So, I'm starting every video with this miserable walk to try to set an example, okay? Anybody who's still on the video, if you're still here, I want to say thank you. for listening. Obviously, this isn't the perfect, no mistakes, professional $1 million studio voice that people are getting from 11 Labs, from these AI voices. I could have easily done that, guys. But I believe the world is moving towards authenticity again. I believe the world is moving towards an analog realness again. So if you stayed this long, you're probably one of those people. At least let me know in the comment section, Coach, the audio is fine. If you walked with me, okay? And whether you like the audio or not, right? Or how I'm setting the videos up, because this is how I'll be recording. I'll be giving messages that I hope and feel can be useful, but I'm not going to sit inside and record my face when I can take this opportunity, film the video, and exercise, since exercise will be a staple in every single message and every video that I record. But let me know down in the comments if you did anything. If you didn't walk with me, that's fine. I'd like for each one of you to support the channel, because somebody, if nothing else, if they don't need the message from my role as a YouTube psychologist, right, then they'll likely need somebody to walk with. And I don't mind being that walking buddy. Stop sabotaging your relationships. If you're young, don't start. If you have any questions for future videos, topics, please leave that in the comment section below. God bless each one of you. Stay fit. Stay fit. Stay fit. Get up and do something. 5 minutes a day is still 100% more than zero. Thanks, guys.